So welcome back to Eco, the skill provider. In this particular lesson, and I'm going to take you through something called the modals in spoken English part 2. In the part 1 series, what I have already discussed, you I'm going to share the screen for benefit for others who have not joined or those who have joined late yesterday. So let me tell you, we have learned something. This is something called spoken English part 2. Okay, we are going to learn something called spoken English part 2 and something called spoken English part 1, like modals in spoken English. We have discussed something called uncertain future. Whenever it is uncertain future, always use
Sir, good
will.
evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. So always use will. Will be the right choice for you. That's all. Don't think. Shall I use shall? Shall I will? No, no confusion. Yeah, but already we have taken a class yesterday. We took a class yesterday, and what I already informed you, suggested you, instructed you, and demand you also. Do not use will shall most of the time. Either use shall or use will. Don't use both. You'll be confused. Okay. So whenever it is uncertain future, something called uncertain future, either use shall or will. It is better for you, use will. Okay. The next one is whenever you are trying to offer help or assistance or making suggestion, then you are supposed to use should. You have to use should. Don't use this one. Use should. Only one. Learning two things at a time is going to distract your mindset. Then you are not able to speak well, right? So what you have to do, you have to use this one. Okay. And whenever you are trying to make request, we have would, we have could. Always use could, right? And whenever you are trying to express your ability, for present ability, use can, and for past ability, please use could. Whenever you are trying to asking permission, it's up to you because since your childhood, you have been using may I come in chat, may I come in chat. If I say, you say can I come in chat, so obviously it looks little bit awkward for you. So upon may I comment I use Koronto, I don't have any problems. But whenever you are trying for any other kind of permission, can I go there? Can I go there? Can I answer this question? Can I take this one? Can I take a bike? Asking for permission, right? So use can. Except may I come in? May I come in? It is something called an etiquette. ଆମେ ଯୋଉଟା କହୁଛେ ଭଦ୍ର ପରିଚୟ, right? It's a kind of etiquette. We have using a lot of etiquette. Suppose guest has come, how you are supposed to behave, that is called an etiquette. Suppose in the office meeting is going on, that is called etiquette. You are also online with me, I am also online with you, I am maintaining some etiquette, means set of behavior, set of behavior that you are supposed to follow. Okay. So may I comment is something called that's the only things that you are supposed to use, and for any other kind of permission use can. So that it will be why it is important, because we have 14 models. So that a model search and there are 24 explanation. So obviously double ହେଇଯାଉଛି କୋଉଠି ମୁଁ ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ କହିଥିଲି already can ରେ ଯୋଉଟା ବ୍ୟବହାର କରିପାରିବେ should ରେ ସେଟା ବ୍ୟବହାର କରିପାରିବେ sometimes shall ରେ ଯୋଉଟା ବ୍ୟବହାର କରୁଛନ୍ତି should ରେ ସେଟା ବ୍ୟବହାର କରୁଛନ୍ତି. What you can use in could, you can use in should. What you can put in polite request, that is could or would. So may, might. So it is really highly confusing, and sometimes it is putting you upon ସେଥିପାଇଁ କୁହନ୍ତି most of the time I have seen it like sir class କଲା ପରେ ଆଉ ମାନେ ଭୁଲି ଯାଉଛି କଣ ପାଇଁ ଭୁଲି ଯାଉଛନ୍ତି because we have 14 I mean vocabs, all you can say the modals are there. There should be 14 corresponding situation, that's all. There should not be 15, 16, then it's a problem. So first you have to master yourself. ଆପଣ ଏମିତି ପଢନ୍ତୁ so that you can do at least ଆପଣଙ୍କର 14 models ଅଛି. Can, could, will, would, may, might, like that. All the things ought to, should, must, have to, like all the things. There are 14 models, and you should remember the 14 situation, corresponding situation where you can use the 14 models. That's all. And whatever the rest things, that is a bonus for you. Don't use it for spoken English. Yes, for written English, you have to remember. But for spoken English, 14 models, 14 situations, and there should be a corresponding model. That's all. Oh, and believe me, you'll be highly fluent. You'll be, you are such a fluent that you can speak any language. You can speak, any situation. You can speak in any situation. I mean to say that. But the problem ଆମର ଏଠି କଣ ହଉଛି, କାଲି ବି ବୁଝେଇଥିଲି, ଆଜି ବି ସେଇ ଜିନିଷକୁ ଟ୍ରେସ୍ ଆଉଟ୍ କରୁଛି। ଆପଣମାନଙ୍କର ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ କଣ ହଉଛି, ଆପଣଙ୍କର ମୋଡାଲ୍ସ ହଉଛି 14ଟା, କିନ୍ତୁ rules and regulation by explanation ହଉଛି 14ଟା, sorry 24ଟା, sometimes 25 if I going minutely through it. ତ ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ ଏଠି କଣ ହଉଛି, ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆପଣ 14ଟା ଜିନିଷ ଅଛି, 14ଟା ମୋଡାଲ୍ସ ଅଛି, ଆଉ 24 explanation ଆସି ଯାଉଛି, obviously କୋଉଠି ନା କୋଉଠି ଡବଲ ହେଇଯାଉଛି। ତ ଆପଣ କନଫ୍ୟୁଜ ହଉଛନ୍ତି, ସାର୍ ଏଇଟା ତ ସାଲ ରେ ୟୁଜ ହଉଛି, making suggestion should रे यूज हेलानी, ताले मु shall यूज करिवि ना should यूज करिवि, obviously your mind is being distracted, confused। आपण दीटा रास्ता पड़ी, आपण ए रास्ता पड़ी, ए रास्ता shall I go this way, shall I go that way, that is called confusion state। Don't bring any confusion while trying to speak English। I mean to say that there are 14 models, हमें पढ़िबा 14 models, and there is 14 situation, for each model there is a situation। Over, speak it like this, and believe me, it is going to give you the much needed momentum to speak English fluently। Nobody can stop you, my friend। কিন্তু যেତେବେଳେ ଆପଣ ପୁଣି କହିବେ ସାର୍ ଏଠି ମୁଁ ସୁଟା ୟୁଜ କରିଥାନ୍ତି, ଆପଣ କାହିଁ ୟୁଜ କରିଥାନ୍ତି, why you need that, what is the purpose of that, no need of for that। ଆପଣ ଆମେ ଗୋଟେ ଆଜି ପଢିଲେ, suppose let me give you an example here, suppose could, ଆପଣ would ରେ ମଧ୍ୟ ଏଇଟା ପଢିବେ, making request you can use could, you can use would। तो ମୁଁ କହିବା ତା would ଟା ୟୁଜ କରନ୍ତୁ, କାହିଁକି it is highly confusing for you my friends, try to understand what is more important, you have to use could। କାହିଁକି ନା ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆପଣ ଦେଖିବେ ମତେ ରିକ୍ୱେଷ୍ଟ କରିବାର ଅଛି, ଆପଣ ମାଇଣ୍ଡ ରେ ସାଙ୍ଗେ ସାଙ୍ଗେ ଟ୍ରାଇ କରିବ could ଲଗେଇବୁ, try to understand what from my perspective, ମୁଁ ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ କଣ ବୁଝିବା ପାଇଁ ଚାହୁଁଛି। I am not telling that is wrong, that is right, I want a convenient way, I want a very I want the easiest way for you to speak English fluently। ଯଦି ଆପଣ ଦିଟା models ମନେ ରଖିବେ, କୋଉଟା କେତେବେଳେ ଲଗେଇବେ, sometimes you can use would, sometimes could, then you become confused somewhere else। So that's why my suggestion is that always use one models for a particular situation and make it a fluent practice। ଆପଣଙ୍କର ସଦାବେଳେ practice ହେଇଯାଉ, practice ହେଇଗଲା ପରେ ଆପଣ ଯୋଉ extra models ଟା use କରୁନାହାନ୍ତି, I don't have any problems, I don't have any problems if I am using extra। What is my problem, you are using that, you are overburdened। The problem is that here always use one models at a time। I request please mute कर दियंतु टिके, okay, because some background noise is coming। I request everybody to mute it please। Okay, so this is some things called we have already discussed yesterday, we have discussed these things। Right now it is for right now today what exactly I am going to teach you, something called the modals in spoken English part, modals in part। Today I am going to focus something called have to। आपण जानछते have to mo अनेक समय कहिछि मध्ये आपन, but today I am going to give you the situation, because mu कहिथिले हमर जेतला ଆମେ when we are trying to learn spoken English we have to know what is the modals and what does it mean, that's all। there should be a situation, आपण देखुछन्ती this is a situation। मु आशीष बाबू को रिक्वेस्ट करियार अछि, केमति रिक्वेस्ट करबी, कोन modals रे could you please call me off, could you please take my call, could you please do like this, over। ଆମେ ସାର୍ linguist ହେବା ପାଇଁ ଚାହୁଁନା, we want just it is a skill, we are in a job, I want to impress the boss, I want to impress the person who is sitting on the other side, that's all। if I am able to express myself then my job is over। I don't want to be linguistic, I don't want to write a different books। so that is why I am going to tell you that our particular situation टा मन रखी, मु लास्ट कहथिली आपनको situation based learning। मु प्रथमरु आपनको कहूची there is something called situation based learning। को सिचुएशन रे को मॉडल्स लागबा, आपण सिचुएशन टाके देखबे, आगो मॉडल्स देखबे। आपण जदि कहबे साल टा तो चारटा जगह यूज करछन, यू आर यूजिंग फोर, नो आपण देखबे जे सिचुएशन मते अनडिफाइंड फ्यूचर रे किछि कहबार अछि, ताले मु साल लगे परि विल लगे परि, बेटर आई कैन यूज विल। तो मते गोटे जन को सजेशन करिवार अछि, शुड लगे दे, जदि मते रिक्वेस्ट करिवार अछि कुड लगेबी जदि मु एबिलिटी एक्सप्रेस करे अछि कैन लगेबी मते जे परमिशन नंबर अछि कैन एंड कुड मते लगेबी फॉर अदर तो ए जिनछडा तो आपण मन रही गेला सिचुएशन व्हाट इज द सिचुएशन एंड व्हाट इज द करेस्पोंडिंग मॉडल्स दैट्स ओवर ए पार्ट रे प्रॉब्लम हिट है कोन पे मु आपण अब टिके कहया पे चाहूची काहे कि ना दिस इज अ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग टॉपिक आमे आमे आगु कुछ बा जेतले कुड हैव शुड हैव एडा सब पढिबा दैट इज मेकिंग डिडक्शन ऑफ द पास्ट आपण एमति कोना ओडिया रे एटा हेइथिले एटा हेइ थांता मु तो सेठी नथिली मु थिले एटा करि थांती मु एटा हेइथिले मु एटा हेइ पारि थांती तो ए जो जिनछडा एक्सप्रेस करिया पई वी नीड द मॉडल्स कुड हैव वुड हैव शुड हैव माइट हैव मे हैव ऑल द तो आमे तो बेसिक जिनछडा बुझिया दरकार आमे जदि जानिथिबा वुड माने कोन कुड हैव र मीनिंग ता बाहर जी if you know could have ର meaning ଟା ବାହାରି ଯିବ if you don't know anything then it's a problem ମୁଁ ସେଥିପାଇଁ କହୁଛି from the very beginning ଆଉ ଆପଣଙ୍କ ଜୀବନରେ ଯେମିତି ମୋଡାଲ୍ସ ଉପରେ କାହାର ବି ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ ରହିବନି those who are before me right ଆପଣ କେତେବେଳେ କନଫ୍ୟୁଜନ ହେବେନି ଯେମିତି you will never be confused in your life so learn in that way ମାନେ ଏଇଟା ହଉଛି ଲାଷ୍ଟ କ୍ଲାସ ବୋଲି ଭାବନ୍ତୁ and if you require I'll take another 2 class for you but clear it from today's okay ତ ମୁଁ ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ କଣ କହିବା ପାଇଁ ଚାହୁଁଛି there is a situation and there is a something called a modal आपण आगो modal मन रखंतु हमर प्रॉब्लम कहूची आमे साल रे पांचटा नियम मन रखुछली सेटा तो प्रॉब्लम नो व्हाट इज द सिचुएशन and what will be the modal एमती मन रखु ए कारण आपण सिचुएशन फेस करछंती आपण modal फेस करू नाहंती you are facing a lot of situation in your life to speak english बॉस आसी गले बॉस को रिक्वेस्ट करिया पे तरंतु आपण ओडे भाबन मु बॉस आशीष बाबू मो अंडर अछंती से आछिले आगो कोन कहबी सर गुड मॉर्निंग सर मे आई कम इन यस कम इन व्हाट हैपेंस कुड यू प्लीज सर गिव मी दिस वन देखो एडी मु दीटा मॉडल्स कर तो फर्स्ट मॉडल्स मो तक आसिया पे कहली मो अलाउ कली तक आसिया पे द सेकंड से मते रिक्वेस्ट कला परे देन आई कैन कमांड आई कैन से यस और नो लाइक दैट तो आपण एठी कोन सिचुएशन फेस कर यू आर नॉट फेसिंग मॉडल्स आपण आगुरु भूल करछन try to understand मो कहिबार पर्सपेक्टिव मो कहिबार एंगल रे बुझंत मो कोन कहया पे चाहू आपण सिचुएशन फेस करंती सर एंड मैडम्स आपण मॉडल्स फेस करंती नी किंतु आपण आगो मॉडल्स पढी दियंती आमे साल पढिबा साल अंडर रे पांचटा सिचुएशन आर यू लर्न्स फेसिंग मॉडल्स इन योर लाइफ नो यू आर फेसिंग सिचुएशन तमोर सिचुएशन दरकार को सिचुएशन रे कोन व्यवहार करी को मॉडल ता को सिचुएशन व्यवहार करी सेटा मु पढिबी let me give you the situation एटा ताले मॉडल से या that's you are supposed to remember and this is the best way convenient way easiest way you can speak english fluently confidently error free hassle free anything you can call it okay so सेति पई मु आपन कहूची आपन एटी कंफ्यूजन होबा नै one model जेमति one rule one model one situation आपन 15 आपन 14 टा सिचुएशन मन रखि दियंतु ना आपण लाइफ रे केतरा सिचुएशन आछि कि 15 और मैक्सिमम 14 तो 14 सिचुएशन आपण मन रखि दियंतु ताको फ्लुएंट हे जानतु देन रेस्ट थिंग्स यू आर फेसिंग एनी प्रॉब्लम कम टू मी आई एम हियर टू गाइड यू आई एम नॉट लीविंग यू you may leave me I am not going to leave you as long as you want you can stay with my platform with me no problems at all this is an open forum for everybody who have joined it's a lifelong and of course a lifelong I mean partnership you can call it you can say it's a membership also okay so I am always with you okay the other thing is that upon the situation what is the situation and what is the corresponding modals acha eta apun sikhiyo the rest thing is that today I am going to tell you how to use have to ame to पढ़ी गले situation पढ़ी गले have to टर टिके problem अछि कोन टे problem अछि because have to has a lot of situation where you can use have to what are the situation here is something called my have to just check it out आराम से पढ़ो किसी प्रॉब्लम नहीं आई एम गिविंग दैट इवन इट टेक्स अनदर 3 more days it doesn't matter remember quality not quantity आज केते समय पढ़िली कोन पढ़िली forget about that quantity माने केते नुवा जिंस जानली that's more important okay so today we are going to focus something called have to my dear friends मु देखंतु आपन स्क्रीन आगे आपन देखि परथिबी something called have to is called American English it's not British English and have got to is something called British English quite interesting right आपण भाबुथिले have to टा थिबो ब्रिटिश ना अमेरिकन मु मध्ये भाबुथिले once upon a time, but after a lot of research what I can find it out, have to is an American English, it is an American English model, and have got to British English. जदि मु कहूची I have to go, मु American English कहू सर, not British English. I have got to go British English. तो बर्तमान आपण जोटा कहउछंती, suppose I can say I have a mobile phone. British लोक माने कहबे I have got a mobile phone. I have a mobile phone. I have two brothers. British English, I have got two brothers. I have a bike. I have got a bike. That is called British English, other is called American English. आपण एई क्षेत्र रे American English बेसी यूज करंती. आपण कोनती I have a big house. I have two brothers. आपण एमती कोनते, आपण एमती कोनतनी I have got two brothers. Because got माने आपण कहउछंती पाइबा अर्थ रे व्यवहार कर दियंती. I got something like that. So this is something the difference. First difference बुझंतु. आमे have to लगेबे ना have got to लगेबे. It depends upon it. So I always prefer for spoken English use the American version of English. तो have to सदाळे यूज करू. किंतु मु आपन को दीटा को देखै दी. So that in near future or in future जदि आपन को सहित कि have got to लगे कथाटा हला आपन लगेबे से ब्रिटिश एक्सप्रेशन यूज करू. This is for your understanding only. This is for your understanding. Try to underline the word. आपन data use करिवे, my request please. You will be again confused. Confusion हो हेबे नि लाइफ रे. आपन जति की सिचुएशन अछि ताको कंप्लीट कर दियंतु ना. I am with you. आपन मते सिचुएशन देबे सर एई सिचुएशन रे मु पाइलिनी मोडल्स कोन करिवि. I am here to help you out. I am sure we can find out a solution. But not before mastering 14 situation, 14 vocab. I mean 14 models. Okay. So have to. So have to is something called something that is required or necessary. ए जिनसटा मु काली आपन कहथिली, let me give a very classic situation. Then all are my friends and we are playing cricket. I'm a cricket खेलुछन. At that time my father called me. तमरो उद्देश्य नहीं जीवा पर, किंतु that is something required and necessary. And you know, father is not mother, you can tell anything, but his father, and you know what will happen if you are not obeying your father. Okay, so obviously father is calling means how can I react that situation? Friends, my father is calling, I can't continue, I have to go. That is something required or necessary. मते जिबार अछि, नेसेसरी अछि, किंतु मन रखिथांतु मस्ट आल्सो नेसेसरी. मु आपन को एबे भी कहि दुला आ पर मस्ट पड़िबा. तो मस्ट और हैव टू भीतर गोटे डिफरेंस अछि. मस्ट आपन को माने एटा मु एटा कहि दउची आपन बुझिबा पय. जेमति मु आपन को हब माने नाउन माने कोन, जस्ट क्लोज योर आई, ओपन योर आई, व्हाटएवर यू सी इट हैज ए नेम मींस इट इज कॉल्ड नाउन. आपन एटा बुझिबा पय, एटा काहू कहिबे माने आपन एमति एक्सप्लेनेशन देबे. धरंतु आपन को छोट छुआ पचेरो नाउन कोन, आपन कहबे आखि बंद कर दे, आखि खोल दे, जहां देखो एमति कहली ठीक हबनी. बट फॉर योर अंडरस्टैंडिंग मु इज छोड़ा कोइ सो दैट यू कैन इजीली रिलेट. तो सेमति एटा जो मु कहू छ आपन के सुनंतु, नेसेसरी आल्सो रिक्वायर्ड, नेसेसरी फॉर मस्ट आल्सो यूज करबा, हैव टू यूज करबा. मन रखितांतु हैव एंड मस्ट भीतर, हैव टू एंड मस्ट भीतर गोटे बिगेस्ट डिफरेंस अछि. से बिगेस्ट डिफरेंस ता कोन जानिछन? प्रथम डिफरेंस हैला जे जतोला आपन हैव टू यूज करछोंती आपन करो बिल कोहनी करिया पेछ परिस्थिति रे बाध्य. दिस इज समथिंग कॉल्ड ऑब्लिगेशन. ऑब्लिगेशन, obliged. obliged माने बाध्य होबा. I am obliged to do that. I am obliged to do that. माने मु सेट कथरा बाध्य होली. I was forced to do that. मते फोर्स करा गला. मोर तो उद्देश्य थिला क्रिकेट खेलिया रे. बाबा कॉल कले, मु दुईटा कर जिंस देखिली, ठीक अछि सांगो माने को पाखरु जाई हबो छाडी. बाबा कथा न सुनो माने सृष्टि प्रलय होई. तो मते बाबा कथा सुनिया पे पड़ला. ताले मोर उद्देश्य कोठी थिला खेलिबा. आपन को लाइफ एमति को होउनी. आपन बॉस, आपन इच्छा नथिबो, बॉस कहउथि आपन बाध्य होई जाउ. हैव टू गो. हैव टू, डोंट यूज मस्ट. अच्छा, मस्ट को यूज करिवे. फॉर एग्जांपल आपन को उद्देश्य अछि वर्तमान 8:30 हे गेला, मु मेसेज दे देबी, हाय ऑल प्लीज जॉइन. तो आपन के बाध्य करना, आपन को दिल कहला मु सेटा एडमिशन नै छी, मते किछ जानिबार अछि. देन आई मस्ट मु कहबी आशीष बाबू आसंतु टिके एठी प्लेइंग कार्ड्स खेलिबा, चल चास खेलिबा एठी. नै आई मस्ट अटेंड वन क्लास, नॉट हैव टू, बिकॉज़ इट इज हियर. टुमारो देयर इज एन एग्जाम फॉर यू. I must attend it. not have to. बाबा पठाउछनी मार्केट बा इच्छा नहीं बट जाउछ ओ what to do यार, I don't want to go, no, but my father forced me to go, I have to go there. So remember, something that is required or necessary but not your consent. Say what I'm लेखिनी कोन पे for your understanding. Situation देखि कि यूज करो. Okay. So something that is required or necessary. The first difference. First situation. ମୁଁ जो लेखिଛି स्टार मार्क देकी पांचटा सेटा पांचटा सिचुएशन को बुझुछि. बुझंते पांचटा सिचुएशन एंड एटा होछि कोन ना पांचटा सिचुएशन रो आमे कोन यूज करछंती ना समथिंग कॉल्ड एग्जांपल. तो एटा पांचटा सिचुएशन आपण हाफ टू यूज करि पारिबे. The first situation is that something that is required or necessary. देखो we have to rectify these problems or the project will fail. आपनकर इच्छा थाउ न थाउ जदि एई जो हमर जो माने प्रॉब्लम्स अछि प्रोजेक्ट रे ताको रेक्टिफाई न कले ताको माने ठीक न कले ऑब्वियसली आपन प्रोजेक्ट फेल हो दैट यू नो वेरी. So this is something called that is required or necessary. The second thing that is required by a rule or law. अपन टिके कोरोना कथा कोविड-19 कथा मन पकई दियो. Mask was mandatory. लिखा है कि without mask not allowed. Like all the things अपन निजे भी भुक्तभोगी क्षेत्र अपन जॉब होल्डर अपन जानछन्ती अपन मास्क पिनि जाउतले. तो सेटा किए करतिला देयर वाज ए लॉ. समस्त की लॉ जदि अपन मास्क न पिनिबे एंट्री करि परिबेनी. सो दैट वाज ए लॉ. Whenever it is a law, you have to just check it out. Everybody has to wear a mask before entering the shop. If it is a law ने गोटे नियम होइछि जे समस्त धरतो आपण ऑफिस रे नियम होइछि जे एक्चुअली काली माने 8:45 से समस्त आछि. इट्स अ नियम law, it's a law or a rule you can say. Then everybody has to come or you have to come. It's a rule. Rule means you have to come. Look, there is a rule. I have to go. मोर इच्छा थाउ न थाइ रूल अछि माने मु मानिबी. Otherwise I will be jobless. Disciplinary action will be initiated against me if I am going against the rule. So obviously we don't have the power to go against the law of the land or there is a law of office. You cannot break it unless until you are that much of superior to break it. So that particular situation you have to use have to or has to. मु कहितली I, we, you, they have to. He, she, it has to. Right? Singular has to. I, we, they, that is called plural. We always, I does your singular, but I always take have. I has could happen for nothing. Right? So that is called collocation. I so it have to. So that is the right collocation. So I mean a collocation is in for the time being. Believe that I, you, we, they called has, have to, and this is called has to. Okay. So they did a the first thing something required in the law or something called required or necessary and something required by the law or rule. But a rule he jeichi se rule अनुसार देखो एबे आमे समस्त लगौचे कोन कहले हाई सिक्योरिटी नंबर. तो एटा कोन पे लगेबा हम कहबी मु लगेबी हे परिबो सर because there is a government rule. So everybody has to put a new number plate, the security number. I have to do that. Even I don't want to do. Even I don't want to pay 350 rupees, but I have to do because it is as per the law and regulation of a state, right? Something that is desirable or should be done. एठी आपन के प्रॉब्लम हबो कोन पे क्वेश्चन टा लिखा हला माने सॉरी एक्सप्लेनेशन टा मु देछि पॉइंट टा समथिंग इज डिजायरेबल और शुड बी डन जहा एक्चुअली करिबा विधेय एटा कोन बुझै नथिबो सर डिजायरेबल कोन what is not desirable. Look, sometimes I feel you are supposed to do something. Suppose Ramakant sir is my friend. तो मु चाहूची से एक काम करो because I have tested. मते से कहबे सर मु चाहूतली गोटे जगह को जिबा पे मु कोन करिवि सर ए काम करो मु ताको सजेस्ट करूची. तो जेतरा मु ताको सजेस्ट करिवि something that is desirable and I feel that is beneficial for him, then you have to use have to. मोटे क्लासिक एग्जांपल दोउची धरंतु मु आपन को विचार लाइक नो आपन माने समस्ते एठे क्लास करूछंती तो आपन प्रतिदिन 15 मिनिट लाखे क्लास करो माने प्रैक्टिस करंतु फॉर योरसेल्फ अमंग योरसेल्फ और यू कैन क्रिएट ए स्मॉल ग्रुप अमंग योरसेल्फ आपन पाखे नंबर समस्त पाखे अछि. I don't have any problems you are going for a create a small group and trying to speak yourself or you can call anybody, you can speak yourself. So that is something called desirable. If you want to improve your spoken English, then I can say, look, you have to speak 15 minutes a day if you want to improve your spoken English. That is something desirable. What is required? That is desirable. Okay. The next one I want to tell you, used in question statement to that express anger. आमे गोटे स्टेटमेंट दउछंदी सेथरे हम बहुत राग थाए म कहबी अपन लेट मी गिव यू दैट क्लासिक एग्जांपल आई एम गोइंग टू गिव यू 4 to 5 examples. Okay, the first one I want to tell you, used in questions or statement that express anger. आमे गोटे क्वेश्चन टेल करूछंती एंड आपण गोटे छोटे एग्जांपल दउछ आपण एमती कोनदिन धरंतु प्रति शनि रविवार आपनकर वर्षा होउछ किंतु आपण से दिन ऑफ अछि आपण बाहर को जाई परना आपण विरक्त ही जाउना खाली रविवार शनिवार वर्षा हवा ପାଇଁ ଅଛି कोन ପାଇଁ से रविवार शनिवार वर्षा होउछ बा आपनको बॉस आपण आसीवार नथिला से गोटे आसी के आपण हैरान करछ आपण कोन नाथि तांकर आज आसीवार थिला तो आपण जो क्वेश्चन टा करूछंती से क्वेश्चन विरक्त भाव था ए प्रकार क्वेश्चन हमें करूछंती नॉर्मली टू गेट ए आंसर इफ आई आस्क यू व्हाट्स योर नेम एथरे रागिवार किछ कर दैट्स नथिंग कॉल्ड एंगर just like want to I need some information so I'm asking when did you come I just came 5 minutes before okay so you take your seat and do the work so here I need certain information but there are certain I mean statement or their question that express anger ragi jati disgust somewhat just check it out why does it always have to rain in the weekend dekho to have to type kati diyo just take it out the question tag kon hobo why does it always rain on weekend that means it is a question you want to know that acha kon pai mane weekend रे वर्षा आइयो आपण जानिया पे चाहउछन बट हियर आपण जानिया पे चाहउन आपण विरक्त ही कथाटा कहउछ कोन pai weekend रे वर्षा खाली होउछ आपण विरक्त ही आपण क्वेश्चन करंती विरक्त होंती and that is the situation you are supposed to use have if it is अमेटा जदी मो बाहर कर दोची सेंटेंस को देखंतु why does it always rain on weekend it's a normal question and why did you ask this question or why do you ask this question to get the answer perhaps you don't know ame jodi pachauthuni when did you come when did you go to sleep like it is just like this is a question for that you need certain information एथरा आपण विरक्त होबो ए क्वेश्चन पछरे विरक्ति भाव न थाए but look at the sentence why does it rain why does it always have to rain on weekend हमता ए माने आपण एमती कोन दे weekend रे काई वर्षा हो आपण रागंती क्वेश्चन टा भी करो so that is something called use in statement or I mean question रे देखले statement देखिबा it has to rain when we plan a picnic आमे जेतले वर्षा माने पिकनिक जा पई बाहर छु से समय वर्षा हो त माने आपण स्टेटमेंट देले विरक्ति भी मु जेतले बाहर को गोला को मामा सदाला मते विरक्ति डिस्टर्ब करू मु जेतले उडे लेखिला को से मते साइड डिस्टर्ब करू मु जेतले बाइक धरी गोला को मो बाइक टा फ्रीक्वेंटली प्रॉब्लम हो आपण स्टेटमेंट दियंती बट विरक्त स्टेटमेंट दियंती and in that particular statement you are supposed to add has to or have to check it out it has to rain when we plan a picnic my bike has to break down when I always drive मु जेतले ड्राइव करिया पे जाउ सेटा खराब हो अन्य माने ड्राइव कला ठीक हो so you are trying this is something called an expression of disgust रागी जिबा विरक्त होइबो annoyance you are not happy with the situation तो सेही समय रे आपण have व्यवहार have to বা has to depend upon the situation and the next one is called to emphasize a statement basically spoken English ता माने टा कोन देखो what is emphasize suppose emphasize माने highlight करी गोटे particular situation को highlight करी आमे highlight we can do highlight in many ways by toning of your voice जदि आपण पचले किए कहला सर मु कहली आपण दी थर काई कोन why you are trying to two times it's because you want to highlight yourself तो एठी आमे गोटे टोन अप न करी टोन अप माने आपण वॉइस टा जो कहउछंती ताको वॉइस टा न बढ़ई आमे we can also make the same things by telling such a word we must admit that he is popular okay we have to admit sorry not must I put it unnecessarily this is something called have to okay because I have to आलोचना करछंती we have to admit that he is a popular politician देखंतु आपण केतला हाइलाइट करबे धरंतु मु जनक विरुद्ध रे गपुची आपण कोंतु आपण केमति कोंतु तो जहा कहूछ मु बुझुची किंतु ता सहित समकक्ष हे परिबो दैट इज द हाइलाइट we have to admit that you cannot be compared with that guy you cannot be compared so we have to admit I have to admit that you guys are very sincere but you guys are not doing a lot of practice देखंतु मु हाइलाइट कोटे करी आपण माने प्रैक्टिस करना are you getting my point so this is don't worry let me take out the another 2 to 3 slides then I'll take your question so these are the 5 such things are there 5 such situation जोठी आपण have to लगे पारी आपण कहबे सर एठी तो गोटी क्या नथला ना एटा पांचटा सिचुएशन आपण देख पांचटा सिचुएशन रे आपण लाइफ रे आसुची एमिते पांचटा सिचुएशन दे आसु आपण have to लगेबे एटे गोटी का सिचुएशन देथिली जथा uncertain future गोटी सिचुएशन I'll go, I'll eat, I'll call you tomorrow, I'll call you after some time. Help, should I go for you? Should I fetch a bucket of water for you? Should I switch up the fan? Should I go there? Like that. And making request good, then a good situation. Request means good situation. Upon what request karibi, good lagebe. You are trying to express your ability, can lagebe, present ability, good lagebe, past ability. And you are asking for permission. केवल आपण ते प्रवेश करिया ପାଇଁ चाहू when we are trying to enter into a area of zone that is under somebody's control ए ऑफिस ता मो कंट्रोल ले वर्तमान अछि if somebody has to come he has to take my permission so it can may I come inside apart from that anywhere and everywhere use can केवल खाली आपण जेतला परमिशन मागुछन आसिया ପାଇଁ ताकू may I come inside टाइम मो चेंज करूनी कहीं ना आपण एते हैबिचुएटेड may I come inside can I come inside कहले आपन को ऑकवर्ड लागिले बहुत ऑड लागु आपन निजे कोन can I come inside ना सर ठीक सुबुनी yes that's I told you may I come inside एटा आपन को ऑलरेडी हे जाय काहे कि ना आपन बहुत जॉब करिसंती बा आमे स्कूल समय रु मध्य may I come inside everybody जोजी आमे जोटा ऑलरेडी हम माइंड रा हार्ट डिस्क पूरा फिटिंग हे अछि may I come inside आपन किछ कहया पे पड़ी but whenever you say can I come inside so it looks little bit awkward for you कौन सर can I come in सर भलो सुबिलानी तो सेति भलो सुबुनी कोन करबा तो यूज may I come in but for other things don't use may always use can I come in माने जानछन माने भितर को आसीबा न धरतो हम डिस्कशन चली सेतिर आपण कहउछि मु कहउछि आउ जने कहबो केमति करब can I come in ता माने मु किछि मतामत देई पारे कि can I come in suppose আমি গোটে আলোচনা করছি we are discussing something about the importance of english in our daily life तो समस्त हम कथाटा होचे सेई समय समालोक सर आथिबे सर कैन आई कम इन ता माने मु किछि अंशग्रहण करि पारे कि मु किछि कहि पारे लाइक दैट इज द मे आई कम नॉट कैन आई कम इन दैट सिचुएशन ओके कैन आई आंसर दिस क्वेश्चन कैन आई गो देयर कैन आई ब्रिंग दैट थिंग्स कैन आई टच दिस वन लाइक ऑल द थिंग्स यू कैन यूज विथ कैन सो एट को छाडी देला परे we are going to learn something called we have learned something called have to जोटा कि मु पांचटा सिचुएशन दे there are 5 such situations and all are different situations not identical situation अपन देखो तो there are 5 different situations and it is always happens in your life you cannot deny that no this never happens with me it is always happens to you so that's why have to is something called you have to use in 5 different situations right now let's use something called must हमें मस्ट एटा हाफ टू हे गला परे तो आपन को ऑलमोस्ट 90 क्लियर हेजो देन वी हैव टू यूज टू वुड समथिंग देयर ओके डोंट वरी एवरीथिंग विल बी गिवन ओके राइट नाउ लर्न समथिंग कॉल्ड मस्ट ए मस्ट परे देन आई हैव टू स्टॉप द क्लास देन आई यू हैव एनी डाउट देन आई विल टेक द क्वेश्चन सो मस्ट इज समथिंग कॉल्ड आपन को कहितली हैव टू इज समथिंग कॉल्ड ऑब्लिक दिस इज समथिंग कॉल्ड यू नो must to express obligation and that is called compulsion कंपलसरी मीनिंग बुझछंती देखन मैट्रिक रे बाय बे अछि आपन को गला जे संस्कृत कंपलसरी करा गला इंग्लिश ता कंपलसरी अछि किंतु ऑप्शनल गोटा ऑप्शनल माने आपन को इच्छा दिन आपन संस्कृत नहीं परिबे उर्दू नहीं परिबे पारसी नहीं परिबे जे कोन छोडी जिंस नहीं परिबे बट जेना कंपलसरी सब्जेक्ट आपन से हाथ लगे परिबे आपन को हेड करछंती यहां हिस्ट्री टा किंतु एना कंपलसरी सब्जेक्ट तो आपन की इच्छा थाउ न थाउ you are compelled to take it that's why you have to but must means obligation. You are obliged. You are obliged to do something. My father is ill. I have to go. No, I must go. It express obligation, that express compulsion. जोटे आपण कंपेल्ड हुआ बारंबार कहूँ बारंबार कहीं कहूँ ना आप माइंड रे सेटा सेटअप करिया पे मुझा my only way is how to give you that particular things in your mind so that आपण से situation पड़ला मैंने हाथ टूटा आपण का आगे देखा जी and that's when you can find it out very easily. You can speak English. It's all about your not rocket science. English is not rocket science. It's just like a language. Give not this much of respect here. Give that much of respect. It don't deserve that also. Okay. So something called to express obligation. My father is ill. I must take him to the hospital. Obligation. I have an exam tomorrow. I must take it. I have a class at 8:30 p.m. today. I must attend it. Not have to. कहीं ना अपन बाध्य हो ना अपन दिल से बात काम करो तो सेटा भी नेसेसिटी एटा भी नेसेसिटी बट सेटे बाध्य होंती करिया पई एटे बाध्यतामूलक इट्स योर ऑब्लिगेशन यू आर obliged somewhat. Okay, the second thing is called strong necessity or requirement. What you can understand here, देखंतु something that is required, something is required or necessity, that is strong necessity, little bit strong as compared to have to. सेठे necessity रे मध्ये आपण व्यवहार करिवे एठे मध्ये necessity रे व्यवहार but it will be strong. ଟିକେ necessity अधिक होई जाय. The intensity of necessity is more. Example, you must have a license to drive a car. This is the necessity, the highest form of necessity. If you don't have a license, quite difficult to ride on Indian roads, right? The third thing is called to give order or command firmly. Upon order दियंती, right? You must do that. Don't. You must do it before leaving this place. You must stop the work. You must stay today, like that. We are giving a lot of examples. Right? So this is something called you must stop the construction work. अपन कर किसी problem है जैसे then you are going for you must stop the construction work. Suppose more Ramadan sir कर like we are neighbors and हमारे से पांचवी में किसी problem है boundary को नहीं and sir stay order नहीं है sir देखे दे you must stop though because it is something called you are giving command, something like that. And the second thing is that speculate the truth of something. What is speculate? What is speculation? Making deduction. एटा मैं आपको कहि दउ देखम गोटे लोकटे जेतले चाली चाली जाउची से एमते ढल 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 जाउची तो आपण कोन फील करिवे से निश्चय मद पी तो आपण जानिले कोन जे मद पीला समय आप देखिचंती जे मद पीला समय आपण देखिचंती कि ना नाही सर तले आपण जानिले किंती द प्रेजेंट सिचुएशन रू as per the present situation you are trying to derive, you are trying to deduct something माने आपण गोटे सिचुएशन देखिकी आपण सेथुर कोन बाहर करो एटा हेइथिबो. Speculate. What is speculation? It is imagination. It is something called you hope in a different direction. ए आपण होप करू ए जिंसा हेइथिबो बोली आपण भाबन you think like this. Okay, so I am giving another example here. She has lived in England for years. से इंग्लैंड रे बहुत वर्ष रे रहिथिले. Her English must be good. Must be good. आपण जानले कि से इंग्लैंड रे रहिथिले तार इंग्लिश भलो होइथि बोली आपण जानले कि कारण आपण जानछथि इंग्लैंड रो मातृभाषा होछि इंग्लिश तो ऑब्वियसली से इंग्लैंड रे थिले तो कहा सहित कथा फ्रिक्वेंटली कथा होते सेति पई आपण मस्ट यूज करिवे. स्पेकुलेट द ट्रुथ ऑफ समथिंग. आपण गोटे पर्टिकुलर लेट मी he is going erratically way. He must be wrong. He must be wrong. केमते आपण जानले केने ता वे ऑफ टॉकिंग रो आपण जानि. So this is the four things and this is something called the five things. We have another come used to. We have there the difference between used to and similar. Tomorrow we can discuss. It is time for me to take your questions. Okay, because we have gone through a lot of things. It is time for me to take your questions. If you have any questions regarding it, you can ask right.